Are you using a GEO team right now? And how is that going? Hey, I'm Kydro, and in this video I'm gonna talk about why GEO is the worst element in Genshin Impact right now. It is in a really bad state, and why I hope NAVIA is gonna fix it. The only reason why GEO didn't fall off completely is Zhongli, because she's just super broken. And almost everybody is using him. But it also made me think about the other characters. It is very obvious that GEO is the least used element in the game right now. That only Zhongli is like in the top half. This full GEO team was actually pretty decent back in the days, but of course it was only a matter of time, because adding a completely new element and then not adding a GEO reaction with it finished GEO completely off, because GEO was already almost done before that. The only character holding the line was Itto, and even his release was really weird. Like, why is Mihoyo making his best team option a full GEO team, when GEO is the worst element in the game? It has bad reactions, bad synergy with any other element. It is just very confusing for me. And also, who in Mihoyo had the idea to make every GEO character place something on the floor? It is just so clunky to play with that. Like, look at this. You place Albedo's E, you place Zhongli's E, and you place Goro's E. 10 seconds are already over. Raiden Shogun teleported away from all the stuff from the floor. And if she doesn't walk away from it, she simply just one-shots it with one attack. All the constructions of GEO get one-shotted and it's gone. You literally just wasted 10 seconds of your life. And then you have to replace everything again to have a decent damage output and have buffs. And if you place it too close to the enemy, it doesn't even appear. Who designed Albedo that way? Just change the whole thing. Don't make it a construction, make it a buff. Because the way it is simply is not fun, especially for boss fights. Maybe in the overworld it's a little bit better, but of course we want elements that are usable in any type of situation. You can simply see the top characters in the Abyss are the ones that are very flexible, have a lot of reactions, do a lot of damage, and also have a lot of sustainability. Because we also have a lot of healers, and the new Fontaine characters basically can all heal themselves. And that's why all the eyes are on NAVIA right now. It is confirmed that she's a GEO user, and I guess she will come out soon in 4.3 or in the future updates. She needs to fix the whole thing. Let's just hope she's not defense scaling. Let's hope she doesn't place something on the floor, and maybe it's gonna be a decent character then. There's rumors that she's gonna be a DPS, and yeah, you can clearly see it also in the cinematic, that she's using a claymore. Maybe even if she's just a itto 2.0 that does a little bit more damage. I just hope that she's gonna change the meta, and I think one of the most important things we need with GEO is a different synergy, make GEO more flexible, give NAVIA a kit that is useful for many elements and not only GEO. There's actually a lot of options that Mihoyo can do to improve GEO. Like add a new artifact set that gives us more flexibility with other teams and other elements, or buff the crystallization buff completely. Because I think the crystallization buff is a good idea, it's just not very useful the way it is. Change the crystallization to have even more buffs on it. Like for example, I found this idea. Imagine you have a specific element crystallization and every element has its own buff. Hydro giving you more HP or less stamina consumption. Electro gives you energy recharge buff. Pyro increases your damage. This would already be a big improvement for crystallization, and probably people would consider it more, because a simple shield just isn't enough. I know that GEO was never meant to be the element that deals a lot of damage, but nobody's using it, Mihoyo. Don't you want people to use GEO as well? We just want an element that's more useful than just being tanky. I just have so many GEO characters in the bench, and I don't want to use them because simply any other element has way more reactions, way more damage multipliers, and feel just way more useful. But yeah, that's of course only my 2 cents. I guess a really good example what Mihoyo can do again is how they treated it with Zhongli. Because Zhongli back in the days before he got buffed was only a good shielder, and that's basically it. But people weren't satisfied with that, so they added an HP scaling damage multiplier, and he can also shred resistances with his E ability. So I guess that's a pretty good example on how they could fix GEO as well. Because now everybody is using Zhongli. And it's simple to say, if people are not using these characters, there's obviously something wrong with the game. Why is there even GEO in the game, Hoyoverse, if the only usable character is Zhongli? But hey, maybe I'm just out of touch, and maybe it's just me, but that's something you can let me know in the comments. Are you guys enjoying GEO? Do you think GEO is too weak? Let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more Genshin Impact videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye!